Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Sorry about the mess around here. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to take some of this wood. I'm going to make what's called an Alpine pattern, or it's also called dragon scales. So anyway, I'm going to put the wood together where I have the darker wood on each end. Then the angle of the cut has to be 45 degrees on each side. Anyway, I'm going to get right to it. I'm going to put this together so I can start cutting several pieces of wood to form the Alpine pattern. And it has to be precise so they'll fit together properly. Alright, I hope y'all can join me, and I hope you enjoy this video as much as I enjoy wood turning it. Enjoy making it. Alright. Okay, I have to be quick about this because my video camera did not charge up. It's almost dead. Anyway, I'm cutting one side of this at 45 degrees. I'm not going to cut both sides. I'm just going to put two pieces of wood together instead of using one piece because it's cutting way into it. So I can't cut it in half to do it properly. You'll see. I'm just going to cut one piece. Put two pieces together to make the Alpine design. So this blade is set at 45 degrees. And I made a center. I found the center right here on the end so that I know where to put the blade to cut it at the correct angle on the wood. Okay, let's see. I'm going to go ahead, cut this piece, and then I'll cut the rest of them off camera. Okay, here's a few of them. I need to sand them up. I got a bag full of these. These are larger than I really wanted to make them, but that's okay. Okay, so you can make different patterns with this. This would be the normal pattern. This is the reason why when I fit these together that they have to be precise, because they have to fit together. If they're off a little bit somewhere, then it's not going to fit. So this is the Alpine or dragon scales. Let's put this one right here like that. How about dragon scales? These are dragon scales. Now if I had different color wood like black or dark wood, that would be even better for dragon scales. Okay. So I can make this, and I really do not know how to translate this into like making it a circle or something. So, okay, now I can take some of these like this. And, well, I could also do something like this. And just make a nice, pretty design. Now, they're not all 100% the same height because there's a few of them that I cut on end pieces, like this one and maybe this one, that actually I could throw away, but I thought I can still use them even though they're a tad shorter. So anyway, let's see. I'm gonna do this. I'm sorry, my cat is sitting here meowing. The microwave went off. I'm having trouble here. If these were glued together, I have to make sure they're sticking together very well. So you make all kinds of different unique patterns with this, and it's really cool. Really cool stuff. That's pretty cool stuff. So anyway, we'll probably just make a basic shape. So anyway, I have a bunch of them. I have a bunch of them in this bag. I need to sand them up a little bit because when I cut them off, they're a little bit of burrs or whatever you want to call it. A little bit of pieces of wood hanging out, and it just needs to be sanded off real nicely. Make sure everything fits well. That's pretty cool stuff. Beautiful stuff. They fit pretty well. I just can't get them to stay because they're not glued together, and they kind of move around and shuffle around right now. Oh, there's my other baby. Look at my baby's crying at me tonight. What? I've already given you a treat. What are you talking about? So, anyway. Okay, we'll be back later. I gotta... Okay, I have these together. I did cut them. I know you can't tell, but I had them where they were going to face this way, up, and well, the pieces were not going to, it was only 4 pieces, so there was no way I could make a good circle, and these were not thick enough to wood turn it. So I had to turn them the other way, cut them in sections, cut those 4 sections into 2, which equaled 8 pieces, so I can put this together in a circle. So the pattern, I lost some of the pattern. I still got the pattern here, but I wanted it to go this way. I wanted to go up and down, and so I couldn't have it that way. I didn't factor it in properly. That's okay. So we're going to have the pattern go sideways. I'm going to glue this together, and this is much bigger than I thought, because I was thinking on maybe making a bowl or something. So, well, we got it going sideways, okay? So I'm going to glue this together. And then I took the scrap pieces, these scrap pieces, see, and I glued them together. There's another one, I can't find the other piece to this. There's another piece somewhere. So I'm going to glue these together, and then I'm going to cut them, I'm going to segment them so that I can make a bottom and stuff like that. I want you to see where I was. With the 8 pieces, it was 22.5 degrees on the angle cut to get them to fit together. So I'm going to glue it together. And then I'll probably cut these and form a bottom and just make it a bowl. Let's just make it a bowl. What do you think? All right. And so the main thing I'm trying to do is just work on learning to do patterns and segment the patterns. The hardest part is after I made the pattern, I need to be able to cut the pieces at angles to form a circle. And so I think what I'll do next time is make sure the patterns are smaller instead of having large patterns, so that we can capture the pattern on here, whereas this is so big it's kind of lost the pattern. I mean, it's cut into and everything, so it's still a pretty pattern, but it's lost the original pattern it was. All right, I just wanted to let you know where I am at this point and what's going on, and we'll see you a little bit later when I get it going. Woohoo! Let's go. Alrighty, I have my sled out. I got to make some rings for the bowl. I'm gonna make a bowl, so hopefully I have enough wood. If I don't, I'll buy some more later. All right, and I'm gonna get started with it. All right, I got busy. I made some more rings. It's not the expensive wood, it's cheap wood, so I get a little concerned about it. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and use that. When I segment things together, it makes it stronger. So hopefully this plywood, birch plywood, will be stronger. Even that's some porous stuff, and it soaks up the glue very well. this chuck is, even though I tighten it down real good, is getting loose on the jaws. It keeps loosening up on the piece, and I don't know why. So this is a cheaper chuck that I got a long while back to fit the other lathe, and it fits this one also. I can't remember the size of the threads and stuff at the time. So anyway, and then I had gotten this other chuck. This is much better. So what I need to do is be able to put this on here, on this chuck. But in order to do that, I have to make a smaller tenon. So I'm hoping that maybe, well, that's not going to work neither. I think what I'll do is I'll take it off, and I'll take the Dremel, and I will ground down this edge, this area here, make it smaller around so I can fit it on this chuck, because I don't think it's going to fit this chuck, but let me see. Let me see, because I'm going to have to transfer it. This is not holding it. Not holding it. No, it's too big. Alright, and I'll be back. I'm going to ground on this. I'm going to ground this down, this tenon down, so I can fit it on this chuck. Take this one off, so I can put this one on here, and then we'll get going again. All right, welcome back. Hello everybody, how y'all been doing? We have it finished. I really had a hard time turning this bowl, opening it up. It was bouncing a good bit. I'm not sure if it's because the inside was not even with the wood and there was some sticking out inside and I had to cut it down, or if it's because the wood is very lightweighted. I used the cedar wood and poplar, and the two pieces of wood cut down they're very light in weight. Or it could be a combination of the two, or both. Or it could be something else. I'm not sure. So anyway, I have it turned, and it turned out really pretty. Really nice. I'm a bit still... I reckon it sounds like I'm on a rant, and I apologize. It really turned out really nice. It really did. I just had in my mind how I wanted it to be according to the pattern that I laid out when I put the pieces together, and I could not capture that into the pattern when I had to make the pieces round. And so I am happy with it. It really turned out very nice. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I had a hard time with the video too. There was many a times that I was standing right in front of it when I was trying to open up the bowl, and I had to cut a lot of parts out of it because you couldn't see anything but just dark area of my backside, my shoulder or something. But that's the way it goes. I don't have professional equipment to film, perfect angles, have little cameras, several cameras angling inside the opening up the bowl or a cup or what have you. But anyway, it really did turn out very nice though. This is hard. This is not easy. You have to fit the patterns. The pieces have to fit together. If you don't cut them precisely, then you can't put that pattern together. They have to fit. Just like puzzle pieces have to fit properly. You have to fit them where they are supposed to fit. So that's a big challenge right there. And so anyway, for the most part, I got them to fit. There was a couple of pieces here and there that were not quite fitting right. A tad longer for some reason or another on the end or something. And so that caused problems with the next piece fitting. I had to buttress up against that. And if I had a tiny bit of a piece sticking out, that wasn't working well. I had to do something with it. Maybe slightly shave it down. Slightly sand it down, So anyway, other than that, working with the wood that I could get that's here at the big box stores, Lowe's or Home Depot, wherever you choose to go. I went to Lowe's because they're closer to me. So anyway, I was able to just take two different colors of wood, and that's what I wanted. The cedar is darker, the poplar is lighter for the most part. There's different colors or different shades of poplar wood. That's what's so interesting about poplar. So I really enjoy trying to venture out and branch out, trying to make new patterns and learn how to put it in a circle and wood turn it. The funniest part of it all to me is wood turning it. Once you get the pattern together and then see what it's going to look like when it's finished. So next time I might do a simpler wood turning project, like just a plate, because the plate would work out very well because it will stay flat. I won't have to try to make it into a circle with the pieces. It'll remain flat, and I can round it into a plate, and I'll still have that beautiful design. So anyway, I think it turned out pretty well, considering. The bottom is not quite 100% level. I sanded it, and now I'm on the verge of going through right there. So anyway, I just didn't get it quite level, but that's okay. It's level for the most part. It's a bowl. It's a nice size bowl. Went along with a bowl I had passed down to me from my mom that she had probably before I was even born. This bowl is a similar shape, and I love the shape of just a traditional bowl, just a regular bowl. This is a deeper bowl, but it's very light weighted. I'm afraid if I drop it, I'll break it. It'll crack it. So you can tell also that when I wood turned it, since it was bouncing, it's thinner here and thicker here. Thicker here. This is a very thin area. And then there's a little bit of thin area here, so you can tell it's not true. So anyway, let me just, I digress. It turned out beautiful. I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and I really enjoyed wood turning it. It's a beautiful bowl. I look at some of the things I wood turn. I can't believe I've wood turned them. It's just fascinating to me, the different designs that can be created, the different shapes and the different projects. So if y'all have a project in mind that I might can wood turn on the lathe, let me know. Leave a comment. Let me know what do you have in mind, something that I can wood turn. Hopefully soon I'll be able to have enough money where I can order some wood and some Spectra ply and different colors, and really just make something absolutely stunning. Not that some of this stuff isn't beautiful, it is. So anyway, I hope y'all are doing well. Don't give up. Never give up. It gets tough sometimes. Life is it throws things at you. Whatever it may be in life, don't give up. Think of things in your life that you love. People in your life that you love. Your children, your husband, your wife, your family, your mom and dad, friends. Maybe you got a hobby you haven't been able to do in a while, and you're just frustrated or down. Get back into your hobby. If it's walking, something, whatever it may be. And get your mind off of things. Get back to focusing on what really is most important in life. Because a lot of times we get frustrated and upset about things that are not that important at all. We make a mountain out of a molehill. So anyway, I hope y'all have a wonderful day. I thank you for coming and visiting my channel, all you visitors. And I thank you for all my regulars. Y'all are the best. Y'all are awesome. Y'all make me smile. And I am stoked every time I see you. Stoked. S-T-O-K-E-D. That's right. Don't forget, I got that word from Dish Outdoors. She started it. It's all her fault. Stoked. Okay. Y'all have a wonderful day, and smile. Smile. You know what? It's more fun to smile and laugh than it is to frown and cry. Yeah, people migrate toward people who are funny and make them laugh because it makes them feel good. So let's go. All right. Y'all have a wonderful day, a wonderful week, and we'll see you next time, and hopefully we'll get something else going. All right. Bye-bye.